Thanks for joining us today on Cognitive Momentum. This is Damo, and we are going to talk about a little tool called Penzu. Penzu is an online journaling tool, which in and of itself is very cool. It's free, and I have not seen the need to go to the pro version. There's some few bells and whistles, but for what I use it for, it's not really necessary, so I haven't used it, which is really cool. What we're going to talk about today, we're going to show you around Penzu a little bit, but what we're really going to talk about is a process that I discovered that really sort of goes along with the concept of cognitive momentum. And if you remember, we talk about cognitive momentum being able to look back, a week, a day, a month, usually a year from now or before now, and say, okay, where was I then? What was going on in my life? And where am I now? And it sort of establishes a benchmark to which we can, either realize, look, we were falling off a little bit. We need to pick it up and regain our ability to create that momentum, which we know we can. Or we look at the progress we've made. And, generally, if you're sticking with a system that moves you forward, and you're aware of it on a daily basis, that's what we consider cognitive momentum. We're always looking back and saying, well, okay, we progress, sometimes bigger, sometimes smaller. But anyways, this tool allows us to do this on a sort of a micro level, and it allows us to do it almost on a daily basis if you stick to it. It's new to me, so now, I just sort of discovered it because of the tools within Penzu. And so now I'm going to start doing it hopefully on a daily basis and be able to look back on it each time. So let's just go into my journal entries. Actually, we're going to switch to one. Well, let's just go through Penzu itself first and show you what it has. So it lists all your entries here. You can search them all out. It's got the regular WordPress or Word formattings here with your bold, your colors, all that kind of stuff. So you can pretty much create anything. You can add images. You can put links in there. You can do all kinds of stuff. And what's really cool is it gives you idea prompts for what to write. So if you turn that on, you can see this is sit down, Rodney, keep your brains warm. I don't know what that means, but anyways, you can reselect a new one and a new one and a new one, and then you can go forward and decide to write a journal entry on those prompts. So a lot of cool features in and of itself, but I'm not going to really go into that because you can go in, get your own account, and check it out for yourself. It's pretty basic. What I want to talk about is this. So this is a journal I wrote about a year ago. As you can see, if you read through it, I'll keep it up here for a minute. I was struggling. I was just leaving or losing a job, really losing a client I had, which was my only client, and I was stuck with where am I going to go from here? And here I am a year later. It's now the 20th of January 2019, and I just bought a beautiful brand new car, Crosstrek, Subaru Crosstrek 2019, and I've been working at Tesla now for a year, as well as developing this blog and the Educated Affiliate. I heard it in a meeting, all kinds of other blogs. I've got 2 years of sobriety, and things are going really well. So if I look at this post and I see, wow, okay, I was a little challenged. The title is "This Will Be a Huge Learning Tool." And if you go through it, it talks about no job, no success online, not anyone's fault but mine. What scares me is I really don't understand what I'm doing wrong, blah, blah, blah. And what I did was just take the concepts of cognitive momentum and creative visualization in the master key and really pushed myself all through the year of 2018 and made a big difference. And now today I am, doing a little bit better, not incredibly better, but definitely in a much better place than I was a year ago. And hopefully we're going to move from that. So the tool that I have, which is really cool, is we can set what's called a time capsule. So what you do is you click on this and you say, okay, they'll do it automatically anyways. Penzu sends you, if you wrote a blog last year, they'll send you an email and says, this is what you wrote last year, which is really cool. But if you want to keep that going, and what I'm doing is creating a timeline. So, okay, I got this first one that I wrote last year. Now I'm saying, send me an interval of this on the 20th, or excuse me, the 16th, because I'm going to keep it on the same day basis, save it. And now it's going to send me the same thing on the 16th of 2020. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here I'm going to make sure that we know that this is January 16, 2018. And then we're going to put a timestamp in here. Where are we here? Timestamp. And we're going to go ahead and write another journal entry talking about where we are today. And this journal entry is going to be saved, and it has a time capsule on it. So it's going to send me this journal entry on the 16th of January 2020 next year. So it will not only show me where I was this year today, but it shows me where I was last year. And then again, I'll set the time capsule again. It'll show me where it is next year. And if you keep doing this on a daily basis, certainly on a weekly basis, you're going to have days of information that you'll be able to look back on. 10 years from now, you're going to be able to look on this date for every year for 10 years. I think it's a great tool. I think it's a great way to look at what you're doing and create your cognitive momentum. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you do it and execute it, because it's going to be lots of fun. Take care. Bye-bye.